I have made it back home now, safe and sound. I am glad to be back home. But I'm also glad that I took this trip. I have learned a lot since I left out to Baton Rouge. One of the things I learned is the traffic is horrendous. I am from a small town of Abbeville, and going to Baton Rouge and that kind of traffic, I'm surprised I don't have gray hairs by now. But that's not what you want to hear. You want to hear about my experience at the 13th Gate. That's why I've been watching this video for this long. So let me tell you. When I arrived at the 13th Gate, I arrived an hour early. And I got a really good parking spot. I parked right in front of the building. I waited in the car for about an hour before I left to go to get in the line because I didn't want to be standing out in the cold. Oh yeah, it was freezing outside, and of course that is when I have to decide to wear a thin shirt with shorts. It was freezing, so I stayed in my warm car for about an hour. When I got in the 13th Gate, I was reading this sign really attentively, and before I finished reading it, all of a sudden, it was BAM! A burst of wind, and a face just popped out at me. I swear I jumped so far. I screamed and I jumped so far. It was lights out Fright Night with the flashlights tonight. And the flashlight, let me see if I still have it. I had a red flashlight this small. This is what I was using to look around. That thing is not bright. It's dim. And sometimes I would stop just to look at the scenery, while at the same time, like, being really creeped out and everything. I gotta give it to the 13th Gate. They have some really good props. It changed up since 2 years ago. I guess they changed it every year. Tonight, when I went there, when I got down from the elevator, I entered into a hotel hallway. And that's kind of funny due to the fact that I just stayed at a hotel. It was a really dark hallway, lights flickering on and off, and everything just looked so creepy. I ran through that hotel hallway. From there, it was Dr. Jekyll's scenery. A mad scientist explained that something went wrong and there's something really drastic going on. Well, the drastic thing was there's dead bodies everywhere. Like, around my feet and everything, everywhere I walk, there'll be another dead body. And I'll hear screams and everything. It was pretty gory and stuff. It's freaky. I was not the one that was the most scared though. The three people behind me, a group of people, they decided to make me their leader. So one of them grabbed onto the back of my shirt the entire time. And it was funny because when I wanted to look around at the scenery, they wanted to run because I would choose the most freaky spot to stop and shine my light on everything and just look. There was a guy with a chainsaw that started to chase after me, after all of us. And when I heard that chainsaw behind me, I took off like Superman. I ran, and I ran so fast that the others were left behind. So I unwillingly stopped close to wait for my group to catch up with me. I left them behind in the dust. I was not going to stay there for that. I kept running into walls. Like, I cannot count how many times I ran into a wall. And one time I almost did a front flip over a bucket that was up to my waist. It was a wooden bucket, one of those props. I was shining my light and everything, didn't see it, and almost did a front flip right over it. Now, here's the funniest part of the story. When I was in there, I was running so fast at one point that I did not realize there's a pool of water right under my feet. And I didn't see it, and I saw a ladder, so I started climbing the ladder, but I got down because I realized that if I kept on climbing, my head would hit the ceiling. It was only a prop. I was actually climbing a prop ladder, trying to get out of that room. So I was all thrown off and everything. I was all turned around. I got back down from the ladder, hit the water again. So by this time, my waist, my ankles, the whole right side of my body was soaked. I was laughing hysterically due to the fact that I'm telling myself I just fell in the pool of water without even realizing it was there. Into this door, this wooden door, and it was right after going through a dark maze and everything. I was lost, so I got to this door and I tried to open it, and my group was pressing me against the door. It was like go go go. I was like, I can't, I'm trapped, and then one of them figured out that door did not work, that I needed to go another way. Where even when I went that way, it looked like I was going straight through a wall. There was a room full of mirrors, and it was pitch black until you shine the light on the mirror. My own reflection scared the living crap out of me, and once that happened, I started feeling along the mirrors and everything. It was like it was a maze, and so I looked beside to my reflection, looked to my other side, and I see a freaky clown standing right beside me. That reminds me, at the very beginning of the house, I was standing in line to go down that dreadful elevator, and I felt like there was something beside me, something that was not human, and I look beside me and I see a zombie face, like right there. I jumped back like 9 feet. Well, that's a big exaggeration, but I jumped like a frog. When I got out of the 13th gate, I went straight to Necropolis 13, and they let me go in alone. And I thought that I was going to meet up with the rest of the people that were already in there, but they waited until the other people got out to send me in. I was scared. My heart was pounding and everything, but it was really cool. The props are awesome. So I was walking through it, and all of a sudden a zombie comes out of nowhere and just stares me down behind me and follows me for quite a while, until I turn the corner and another zombie starts chasing me. I turn the corner, that zombie is chasing me on top of another zombie that's chasing me. So I ran, I almost ran in circles at one point. And by this point I kind of figured that there was going to be a zombie at every single turn, but there wasn't. What Necropolis 13 did was they make you sweat. They just make you wonder, when is there going to be another zombie? Where's the zombie at? So I was making every turn thinking there's going to be a zombie. When there wasn't, that would make my heart race even faster, and that would make me sweat even more. Finally, out of nowhere, a zombie comes out. Bam! I take off. The pavement is gravel. So I run so fast that I lose tracks, and I'm running in place and everything, trying to get away. And there are a couple parts of the trip where I thought that there was going to be tons of zombies. There was a lot of props, and I didn't know which one was real. Just like the 13th gate. Going back to the 13th gate, there was a room full of dolls, and some of them were real, some of them were human, some of them were just dolls. And entering that room was hanging heads on the wall, on the ceilings. Heads, arms, legs. It was so creepy. I shot my light straight to a head that was looking straight back at me. I ran and saw a shelf full of the most creepy dolls I've ever seen. One of those dolls looked back at me and turned its head. I took off, and that was one of the scariest rooms in the 13th gate for me, was the dollhouse. Back to Necropolis 13. When I started, I was walking. When I finished, I was running. I noticed that by the middle of the maze, it's a maze. It's a big cemetery. Goes on for about a mile. Just curves, twists, turns, everything you can think of. Goes on for about a mile. You even go through tunnels. Like at one point, I duck under a tunnel and um just hope the zombie will not jump on my head. That's what I was afraid of, that zombie was gonna jump on my head. I was running out there by the time it was all over. That was my trip in a nutshell. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Time spent over and out.